It's funny because I'm here in New Jersey for the summer at the shore, and I'll see women overweight, clearly trying to lose the weight, running in the hot weather, sweating. They look so uncomfortable. And I keep thinking to myself, you don't have to do that. I have something that can help you because
I
we're so
know.
focused on cardio, and cutting back all of our calories. And I don't find this to be a calorie cutting kind of situation. The meals I eat when I'm eating, it's not like I have a Big Mac, but you can eat. You can eat good portion sizes and you do not, I mean, I will confess I have not been exercising for a long while now and you wouldn't know it to look at me. I'm not saying you should get rid of exercise, but you don't have to do all that cardio.
Well, and I think unfortunately, this is what we have conditioned patients to believe: exercise more, eat less. Chronic cardio is the way to go. And I would argue for anyone that's over the age of 35, if you want to, maintain and stay lean, through middle age and beyond, got to lift weights. Like I would say, there's nothing wrong with walking, and I would never discourage people from, doing types of physical activity that bring them joy, whether it's bar or Pilates or yoga or doing Tai Chi. But the chronic cardio bunnies, oh, I feel for them because they're probably miserable. They probably think constantly about being hungry. They're probably counting every calorie they put in their mouths. And there's just a better way. I agree with you so much. I agree with you so
Mhm.
wholeheartedly. In fact, every time I, see like a new potion or pill or powder or junk that's, touted on social media, I'm like, save your money. Like you could, embrace the strategy, even if you do it a couple days a week, my goodness, and you can do it for free.
Right.
You don't have to buy $100 powder. You don't have to pay for a class. You could just eat less often. And that would have a huge net impact on your health in very beneficial ways. And I have
Well,
to
it's
say
like
that I
you
grew
don't even have to take our word for it, right? Because you just
right.
look at the Soul Cycle class, right? How many women in there who do Soul Cycle 2 hours a day
Yep.
still are a little overweight? Now, why is that? They're working out way more than I work out, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
all that cardio tends to drive up your appetite and you overcompensate with your calories. And I think your body, you tell me, but it seems like your body gets used to it and it no longer produces results for you. You've just sort of raised the floor of what you need to do in a day to not gain weight as opposed to you're actually losing weight.
Well, I think it's a couple things. I used to think affectionately about friends of mine that just ran constantly. They always looked haggard by the time they were meeting their, mid 40s. And I think we know that a lot of that chronic cardio drives up cortisol. And as we are getting closer to menopause and beyond, our bodies just don't utilize, it doesn't respond to stress as readily as it did before. And so I would argue for anyone who wants to lose weight, you should be doing strength training because the more muscle mass you have, the more caloric burn you have, the more glucose reservoirs you have for what you're eating. And save the time that you're spending 2 hours. If you're doing 2 hours of Soul Cycle, my goodness, unless you're training for a race, there's really nothing that's of benefit to that. I'm not suggesting people be sedentary. I like everyone to be active and to walk and to move every day, but you'd be better served lifting weights so that you are maintaining muscle mass as you get older. I mean, that's critically important. If you look at marbled meat, I always remind people of this when you're looking at young. I'm thinking of tenderloin. If you look at a tenderloin, there's very little fat or marbling in it. But if you look at a fattier cut of steak, like a porterhouse, I mean, there's a lot of marbling in there, and that's the muscle loss. You're replacing it with fat, and that's what happens to our muscles as we get older. So less muscle mass, less calories you burn, the more you're going to struggle to lose weight. And that's why those strategies of being the chronic cardio bunnies are not going to get you anywhere. And this really applies to men and women. I see
It's
just
such a
people who look
time suck
haggard.
too. It's like, my
Yeah.
God, who's got the hours in the day?